questions? Questions orales. The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
That mission has involved combat from the beginning. Why did the Prime Minister mislead Parliament and mislead Canadians about sending Canadian forces into combat in Iraq?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
The only problem here is that the NDP doesn't support the military mission against the Islamic State.
Mr. Speaker, our troops always do an excellent job in the missions that they're given by the Canadian government and by this Parliament. The question here is, why did the Prime Minister mislead the Canadian public? Canadians want to know why their Prime Minister on something this important did not tell the truth to Canadians.
Canadian troops under their commanders are executing exactly the mission that Canadians have given them, that this Parliament has given them, that Canadians expect. They are advising, they are assisting, and guess what, Mr. Speaker? If fired upon, they're going to shoot back, and if they kill some of the ISIL terrorists, Canadians are going to support that no matter what the NDP does.
The NDP is ready, laying out clear actions the government could take to help small business and kickstart manufacturing. Why is the Prime Minister dithering yet again? Why no action?
Everybody is projecting the Canadian economy will continue to grow this year. Mr. Speaker, what we have done is pursued a plan of balanced budgets and low taxes for families, for individuals and businesses. What the NDP has advocated, in fact, what they were advocating as little as just a few weeks ago was that we impose additional tax and regulations and costs on the energy sector. That shows, Mr. Speaker, how completely out of touch the NDP is with economic reality, which perhaps explains today the leader's attempts to flip-flop and do a deathbed conversion towards lower taxes for business.
Unlike the Prime Minister, the Bank of Canada understands that action is needed now. Just last week, the Bank of Canada cut interest rates below 1%, levels we haven't seen since the depths of the financial crisis. The bank understands the risk, and they're responding. Why is the Prime Minister, as usual, sitting on his hands? Where's the budget?
Hear, hear.
In this government, when it comes to budgetary policy, we do it every year based on a long-term plan. That plan has created 1.2 million net new jobs. We're continuing to grow. We're continuing to move forward. And unlike the NDP, we're not going to write a different budget and have a different economic policy every month.
Oil prices have fallen nearly 50% since the fall fiscal update. The Prime Minister has certainly been briefed on our current fiscal impact. Will he now tell Canadians exactly how much that drop in oil prices has affected the Canadian government?
Obviously, the drop in oil prices affects the government's fiscal flexibility, but I've said repeatedly the government will balance the budget this year. I note, Mr. Speaker, that the Parliamentary Budget Officer himself has said today, even looking at his own numbers, that the government will be capable of balancing the budget this year. And, Mr. Speaker, we're not in recession. We have every intention of balancing the budget.